Hi everyone, and welcome to your weekly Pick a Card Tarot readings for the week of August 21st. If you're new here, my name is Sydney, I'm the tarot guy next door, and I use my occult knowledge and intuition to help guide you towards the life you want. If you want to support what I do, or if you have a situation you want me to take a look at, you'll find information on my Patreon below. I'll be doing 5-card open readings, and here are the decks that I have for you. We have the Morgan Greer Tarot with Green Aventurine, the Tarot de Marseille with Lapis Lazuli, and the Light Seers Tarot with Red Jasper. We also have 4 different oracle cards to choose from 4 different decks. So go ahead and pick which tarot deck and which oracle card resonate with you the most. It's totally fine if you're drawn to more than one. And you can pause this video if you need more time. As always with collective readings, take what resonates with you and leave aside what doesn't. If you want to jump straight to your reading, you'll find timestamps right below. And with that, let's go right to the readings. Alright, group 1, let's see what we have for you for this week. There we go. Nice. We always love to see an upright ace in general, even if the devil is in the middle of your cross here. Let's see. This should be perfect for you. That'll do. This theme has been coming up a lot recently. So it is possible that if you watch my videos regularly that you've gotten a message similar to this before. But this is looking like a really, it's looking like a breakthrough week for you. First of all, the thing that jumped out to me immediately as I hit pause is how much earth there is in this reading. It's all earth except for these 2 cards. Even the devil here is associated with Capricorn, which is an earth sign. So that brings to the front like the materialistic, down-to-earth, practical, material realm, checking things off of a to-do list concerning like physical things. And it's looking like a breakthrough in that regard for you. It's looking like the chariot, the champion that is the chariot here, finally defeats the devil in the middle of your cross to bring forward this opportunity. There's another way to interpret this, which is a nuance, really. It's not really a different interpretation, which comes down to how you interpret the 2 of coins reversed here. This angle here, it could be about either developing the skill to focus. Actually, this is probably how I'm interpreting it. This is the most likely interpretation, which is to decide which coin to focus on and decide which coin that you're going to grow into. And I think that what might have been causing this devil here to keep you bound to it falsely for as long as it has is the desire to have your cake and eat it too. And sometimes when you try to figure out how to do that, it kind of taps into your self-image and affects your ability to consider yourself worthy of having the things that you want, of having the ability to make it happen. So what I would invite you to do based on this reading, group 1, is to realize that not being able to do it all is something that we all have to face, and it's not a reflection on you that you can't do it. Just pick one thing, focus on it, and go at it like the champion that you are, especially with the divine guidance of the Emperor here at the bottom of your deck here. And I did find it interesting that, we have the chariot rising above, defeating the devil to create the opportunity, and we also have the Emperor wisely looking at this line here to just reinforce like, hey, maybe this or that coin is the one to focus on for this week. And it's not you, it's the universe. It's okay to have realistic expectations of yourself. And yeah, when you had unrealistic expectations of yourself, coming down to reality can feel like a demotion, but that's worthwhile, I think that I've looped enough for this, so I'm going to end it there. If you like this reading, please give this video a like. It really does help out a lot. But besides that, I will invite you to use the timestamps in the description below to jump to your Oracle card reading. I'll see you there. Group 2, while I was shuffling for you, 2 cards jumped out or flipped over, whatever. We had the Ace of Coins and the Lover. So it might mean something, it might not. We shall see. Okay. Very interesting. This should be good for you. Great. Group 2, the vibe that I'm getting from this cross here, it's a very specific kind of serendipity, by which I mean, I feel like this, you might find yourself at the right place at the right time where you thought that a skill set that you have like down, you have it down on lock, you're a master at this thing, and finding that the skills that you have in this domain apply very well to another related domain by the King of Swords and Ace of Wands here. The only way this would be more spot on is if either this was the King of Wands or this was the Ace of Swords, you know. But we also have the 7/7 and the 7 of the Chariot here, representing the confidence, the moving forward from the lessons of past victories, which is very strong here. And it's also a very balanced spread. We have, you know, there's going to be an imbalance by the very nature of having an odd number of cards, probably. But we have, you know, swords, wands, cups, and coins. And there's a lot of balance, and yet most of the cards, like the pips are odd, and yet through the theme of the sevens and the theme of the mastery here, there's a lot of balance to this. So again, what you might want to do for this week, Group 2, is to just be your awesome self and be on the lookout for things where a thing that you are knowledgeable in could apply to a thing that you don't necessarily have much experience, but just like overhearing people talk about their unrelated problem reminds you of something really specific that you've done a bunch of times and can do in your sleep. That's the kind of vibe that I'm getting. So be on the lookout for that, Group 2. It's looking like a very good week in that regard. So that is what I have for you. If you like that reading, please give this video a like, and you can use the Oracle stamps in the timestamp to jump to your timestamp reading. There we go. I think I fucked that up enough. Last but not least, Group 3. Let's see what we have for you for this week. Whoops. 6 of Cups. Oh. Nice. Very nice, with the Devil reversed at the bottom of your deck. Given just the cards that are in this reading, my first inkling of the Devil reversed at the bottom is moving on from the Devil. That's the most straightforward way to read this card, considering these cards. So I doubt I'm going to come to a conclusion that's much different regarding this thing specifically, but I will come back with your reading right now. Group 3, I'm going to focus on the 2 of Coins reverse for a bit, not because what it adds to the reading is particularly important, but because it's the one that stands out the most from the vibe of this reading as a whole. And also, and I can say this now, the 2 of Coins has appeared in all 3 readings, which is very interesting. But the way that the 2 of Coins reverse fits in with this reading as a whole, I see this as having clarity on what to focus more on and what to stop focusing on. I think that's the choice that is implied in this particular Two of Coins reverse, given the rest of the reading, including the Devil reversed here. It's clearly time to stop focusing on the things that you thought you were bound by. And I don't even, like, given all of this, I don't even think you even needed to hear that group 3. One thing that I will say, if someone or something from your past shows up, this might be, I would lean into that for this week. I would take it as serendipity. There's also a theme with all 3 major arcana cards here. The theme of cycles is there. We have the Fool and the World, the beginning and the end of the tarot in the same reading, or of the major arcana anyway. And we have the Wheel of Fortune here, the actual cycle, the unironic like representation of things changing and spinning and shit like that. So it's looking like a great week to just be yourself and to if you get an inkling that something needs your attention, and you feel good when you put your attention on that, I would lean into that so hard this week, group 3. It's kind of nuts. But yes, the Wheel of Fortune upright in the middle of your reading here is really good to see. And I would invite you to not kneecap the pride that you might feel over this cycle ending and beginning and continuing into awesomeness, because something I say a lot is luck counts, and I will tie that into the phrase that you hear a lot in self-help circles and shit like that. Luck is preparation plus opportunity. I think that if opportunity comes knocking at your door and it just so happens to maybe have some nostalgic element and also allow you to clarify how this devil here you've never had to stick around. You've been free to leave this whole time and to just march forth into whatever life is like for you after that realization, can be really key. And sometimes we need something from our past to show up to remind ourselves what it was like before we even met this devil. You know, that might be the stroke of luck for you. But I'm sensing, you know, a lot of taking the plunge. Again, like having the Fool and the World both upright in your reading is kind of nuts. You may or may not be aware of the theory in tarot, in some tarot circles, that the character of the character in the World is the Fool. So seeing both the beginning and the end of the journey with the Wheel of Fortune in the middle of the cross here is kind of nuts, honestly. But yeah, enjoy this week. Follow your instincts and just be mindful of what you need to focus on and what you need to turn your back on. And the things that you need to turn your back on, that you come to the conclusion that you should turn your back on them, those might be a much bigger deal than you might have initially thought, looking back at this week in hindsight, group 3. So that is what I have for you. If you like this reading, please give this video a like. And if you don't want to watch me pick up your reading, you can use the timestamps in the description below to jump to your Oracle card reading. I'll see you there. I just peeked at the Queen of Cups reverse, which was under the devil. This has no bearing on your reading, but I felt the urge to mention it. Okay, let's see how quickly I can set this up. This should be perfect. Wait, like that. Well, I failed the speed test, but this should be good. All right, Group A, your card is Unleash Your Kindest Self. This is first quarter moon in Capricorn. Nice. Unleash your kindest self. It's funny, there are a lot of cool ways to interpret this message. We could focus on the unleashing, or we can focus on the kindest self part. But I think that given all 3 readings, this is a time to just Let the love flow through you and don't be afraid to let it shine. And I think that through doing that is how you can make space for the best version of yourself to appear this week. Group B, your spirit animal is the porcupine spirit. Time for beginner mind. Very interesting. I think this is the thing for you to keep in mind for this week, Group B, is that you're always learning. Another saying that I hear a lot in the audios that I listen to, you never get it, but you're always getting it. And I think that nuance is important to keep in mind too. It's good to be confident in yourself, but sometimes the thing that you need to be a beginner mind at is how to apply your awesome skills to the situation at hand. And if you've met masters in a given field, you've probably noticed how humble they are, and how, when you know so much, you know about how little you know. And it's important to keep that in mind, that there's always something new to learn. There's always some nuance to get. And sometimes seeping through a 20-minute video might be worth it for that one little nugget that you pick out. I'm speaking from personal experience from this week, clearly, to me. Anyway, Group C, your Angelarium card is Kushal, Angel of Punishment. Very interesting given the readings that I gave. Let me stare at this card for a bit. The tempting way to interpret this card, especially given the tarot readings that I gave, is as a warning to not lash out at people that you think deserve it. However, I'm going to give a bit more nuanced approach, and in libertarian circles, a phrase that you hear a lot is do no harm but take no shit. I would invite you to be diligent in how you apply the take no shit version, because something that leapt out to me, actually, I'll bring it into focus here. It's not entirely clear the way his face is depicted, but he has no eyes. And I think that is the warning of how when you break free from something, and from the looks of the tarot readings that I gave, all three groups are breaking free from something. This is looking like a breakthrough week in general, something that I forgot to say. But anyway, when you break free from something, sometimes you lash out at the thing that you thought was holding you back. And that it's tempting. Trust me, I know. Holy shit, do I know. But at what cost, Try to ponder that this week. Group D, your card is Confidence. Awesome. I haven't used the Prism Oracle in a while, and I remember seeing Confidence that long ago. It's funny. But honestly, you can take Confidence as the exclamation mark on the reading that I gave you in the tarot portion, because all three readings had the theme of being the champion that you are, being the awesome person that you are. I've probably said something like that verbatim in your tarot reading, because all three of these readings had very similar themes in this specific regard. So yeah, I guess if you chose this is the Oracle's way of saying, I said what I said in the tarot portion, and you might want to watch it again if you feel the need. You might not need to, but this is really an exclamation point on the tarot reading that I gave you, no matter which one or which ones you got. So that was a mic drop. I'm going to end the video there. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't done it yet and you like this video, please give this video a like. It really does help out. I hope you have a great week. It's looking like you will. Take care. I'll see you soon.